Hi, I'm Paige Ng. Welcome to Jam SE podcast this week. Hong Kong is known for its fast-paced life and vibrant streets. Getting around the city is easy with the highly developed and efficient transport system. But once in a while, you might want to take a step back in time and relax. Let us take you through a tranquil journey with the city's historic trams, also affectionately known as Ding Ding. Art Tram Shelters, a project initiated by Hong Kong Tramways and POAD, aims to transform tram shelters into art galleries. JMSC Gloria Chong talked to one of the artists featured in the Art Tram project, Cindy Chen, on her thoughts about the project. Fine art professor Kurt Chen from Chinese University of Hong Kong also shared about the project from initiation to execution.
If you have been living in Hong Kong long enough, there are some essential experiences that you must have gone through. For example, waiting for a tram. The moment when you stare vacantly to the other side of the tram station. Normally, you will see advertisements on the billboards across the road. But recently, I noticed something different. What was shown on the billboard was not your ordinary advertising campaign. It wasn't selling anything particularly. It looks more like a piece of artwork. And soon, I found out it was actually a public art project called Art Tram Shelter. The project was initiated by an advertising firm, POAD, in collaborations with the Chinese University of Hong Kong Fine Art Department, aiming to promote young local artists. To get more details about the art project, we spoke to Ashley Leung, the senior marketing executive of the advertising company.
We're inspired by the unique location of tram shelters being in the middle of the road, and so they're very ideal for displaying public art. We also noticed that there are many talented and exceptional local artists struggling for exposure in a city where they constantly battle high rent and a shortage of exhibition spaces. So we hope to invite Hong Kong people to slow down and take a moment to immerse themselves in public art while they're waiting for trams or they just happen to be passing by the streets.
Cindy Chen is one of the artists featured in the project. The artwork she created for tram stations was called The Fragmented Journey. She said the piece of work is trying to portray the change of land use along the tramway in Hong Kong Island.
When I was young, my parents told me when you're taking the tramway, you will see the sea. You can see the sea. But nowadays, after many years of reclamation, we couldn't see the sea directly. So I want to focus on that piece of reclaimed land, and I want to put some historic elements in it and also some landmark in it, and also mix with some of my personal imaginative or personal issue into this artwork. I want the audience, when they are looking at my work, just like having a journey with me together to go through the past and also the present together, to see the transformation of the Hong Kong coastlines.
We can easily identify some of the most recognizable landmarks in her work, such as the IFC building and the Victoria Park. She even put in a few sugar cubes to signify the old Taikoo sugar refinery. The refinery was shut down in the 1970s.
And actually we couldn't find it anymore in Taikoo, but I want to add it in my island as to show the passengers or the passby that originally this place you can find the sugar refinery here. I want to remind the old history of that area.
Professor Kurt Chen from the CUHK Fine Art Department is the mentor for the art project. He said the tram stations provide a good alternative to display public art.
Well, we did have some other project, but basically those are very academic. But this time we want to promote our students through the means of public art by putting their work in the tramway, and therefore I think it would be maybe a good chance for us to let our students to expose themselves more. And I think public art is very different from the studio art. In a studio, you just need to be responsible for your own work and your own idea. But when you show your work in a public space without any boundary, then many people are able to see that. Then you have some kinds of responsibility to reveal something about the place that people basically work or live there.
Cindy Chan said Art Tram Shelter is definitely a special chance for her to exhibit her artworks. So when you actually see your artwork is being shown on the street in Hong Kong, how did you feel about it?
It was a very strange feeling seeing my artwork in a public area. And then I found different people waiting in the train station. Some just treat it as a background, and some really looking at my work. But for those who are waiting for the train, I feel that although they didn't try to aware of the existence of my work, but at least I feel that my work is mixed with the environment, mixed with the people who were waiting in the train station, just like become part of the city.
Apart from promoting art, the tram has long become a venue for weddings and parties, adding to the fascination of this integral part of the city's heritage. However, it has not been a popular option for couples. JMSC Ashley Wu went along to find out more about different aspects of tram weddings with the people who have witnessed and involved in tram weddings before.
If you or your friends are looking for a special and unique venue for a once-in-a-lifetime wedding celebration, a vintage open-top tram might be an option. The newlywed couple Scarlett Chen and George Wong rode on the red antique Ding Ding to have a wedding party in mid-November. Why do you think it will be good to have a tram wedding party?
We think it's too ordinary to only have the wedding ceremony at the marriage registry and then hold a wedding banquet at the hotel. Tram is one of the oldest public transport in Hong Kong Island. We are both born and raised and we meet in Hong Kong Island, so it's full of memories. It would be nice to invite friends to share the joy with us and enjoy the beautiful night scenery in Hong Kong at the same time. And it's more casual and relaxing.
How was the party? Was it good?
Yeah, it was great. The traditional tram was beautifully decorated with the twinkling lights on the outside. The best part about the party was to wave and say hi to the random guys on the streets when we passed by.
Yeah, I remember my husband drank so much that he wanted to climb up to the top of the train. It was so crazy and dangerous. Luckily, we stopped him. He just loves to drink.
Of course, we have to drink on such a happy and special day. She forced all of us to dress up like cartoon characters. It was so embarrassing to put on the Mikey costume.
In fact, it is to remember our golden days as an innocent child. And we all look cute anyway. The only thing is we hope to have more friends to come, but it could only accommodate 25 people. So, what a pity.
Usually, a tram wedding party lasts for 2 to 3 hours. It costs about 550 Hong Kong dollars per person. Managing Director of a travel agency, Hello Hong Kong, Laura Blackhorn, introduces to us the tram wedding party package her company offers and whether people like it.
Hello Hong Kong offers a party package on the vintage trams. We do both pre-wedding and post-wedding party packages. Our prices include all of the drinks which you consume during your party, which is 3 hours long, and it also includes a minibus transfer after. We do offer some added activities. If you would like to have a food buffet, we can organise that for you. If you would like to have some wedding themed games, we can also run those, as well as any particular theme which your wedding has. So we can dress up our waitress staff who serve your drinks, as an example.
Is the tram party service popular?
The tram party is really popular in Hong Kong. I think 2 reasons. The first reason is people who are from Hong Kong love Hong Kong and they're very proud of their city, and the tram is iconic in Hong Kong. The second reason is because people love Hong Kong city centre, and why would you stand in a bar or a restaurant for your party when you can travel through the whole of Hong Kong city, looking at all of the lights, waving to people as you go and enjoying the atmosphere of Hong Kong?
What is the most unforgettable experience of organizing this party?
For me, the most unforgettable experience we had was when somebody actually got engaged on the tram party, which the bride-to-be did not realise, and her boyfriend actually proposed during the party, which was so exciting for everyone involved.
Civil celebrant of marriages Michelle Liu has the experience of holding a wedding ceremony on tram. She offers us an alternative view over the tram wedding party as she explains the constraints of organizing one. How many tram weddings have you ever held?
For the past 4 years, since I have been appointed as a civil celebrant of marriages, I only conducted one tram's wedding.
Did the couple and their friends enjoy it?
It was quite a happy gathering, I would say, because most of the friends from the bride's side are foreigners and they really enjoy having a tram party. I was with my husband at that time because I was pregnant. It was such a coincidence that the bride was also pregnant at that time.
Do people usually prefer to have a wedding ceremony at other places rather than on tram?
People would normally have the wedding celebration in restaurants, hotels, but not many on places like tram or ferries or cruise trip. Because there are some constraints in terms of the area, like if you hold a party on tram, first of all, you cannot accommodate so many people, and the area is not very big enough to accommodate people and to let people sit comfortably and eat and chit-chat. So normally local people from Hong Kong would like to sit comfortably and have dinner or lunch and then have some kind of formal gathering with the relatives and friends. And also, if you have a tram party, you have time constraint, like 2 hours, and then you cannot come a little bit earlier or you cannot leave earlier.
Hong Kong Tram has been serving the city for 110 years. To some, it might not be the best place to hold a wedding party, but it would be meaningful for people who have been traveling on tram, as it contains their memories.
Now let us learn more about how trams have come along over the past years and the future outlook of tram business. Tram SC Laura Chong and Agnes Ma report.
I'm now on my way to the Hong Kong Tramway Workers Union to meet the Honorary Director, Mr. Ho Chi Kin, who has over 20 years' experience in working in Hong Kong Tramway. Mr. Ho said that the worker unions has experienced the ups and downs throughout the 10 decades, and among those, the period Japanese occupation of Hong Kong was the toughest time for tram workers.
聽到你老會講啊，好賺。
In 1937, Hong Kong people were leading a poor life. Very, very poor. Very poor. In 1941, when Japanese invade Hong Kong, Hong Kong Tram was still in position to maintain the traffic for the locals. Some of the tram drivers, unfortunately, were killed by the Japanese soldiers. During that period of time, as everyone was starving, the dead body was eaten in just a while. I bet you could never ever imagine this. Despite the tough time during the Japanese invasion, a group of passionate tram workers took the initiative to form and sustain the worker union. Our worker union members collectively donate their 1 week's salary to buy here, our office, and continued running this worker union wholeheartedly. Moreover, in the 30s, our members had founded a school named Workers' Children's Secondary School.
Serving Hong Kong for 110 years, the tram in Hong Kong has experienced Japanese occupation in 1947 and riots in 1967, but still it remains one of the oldest public transport, which carries over 230,000 passengers every day. To learn more about the historical and functional significance of the green little moving matchbox in Hong Kong, I go to Hong Kong Polytechnic University and talk to Civil and Environmental Engineering Professor Dr. Hong Wing-tak, who is also a tram enthusiast.
Trams start off in the early 19th centuries. and probably is the first public transport mode before buses in Hong Kong. So it is an icon actually on the Hong Kong island. You can see it is in the street level. So people and the trams very close. They walk very short distance, then you go onto the tram, and then because it's cheap, people can afford it. Anyone who want to travel on the tram would be able to afford it. It is electric driven, so it doesn't pollute the place. So all these characteristics gives the tram eternal life.
Soon as MTR West Island Line opens in late December this year, some people wonder if the establishment of new MTR stations near Central West will affect the tram business. But then Dr. Hong Wing-tat seems unworried with such assumption as he laughs and continues with his explanation with his confidence for tram as an unreplaceable transport within the community.
I don't think it affects the tram passengers at all. In 1980s, when the MTR opens, people already have suggestions to scrap the tram. And there was a heated debate at the time of 1980s when the Island Line opened. The tram at that time was the cheapest transport mode. And now the difference in price, in fare level, between the tram and the MTR is even bigger. So the clientele are totally different. For students, for elderlies, for people, they like the tram and it is a necessity for them. If you just ride on one or two stops, you go to the MTR, you may actually spend a lot more time in going up and down. Of course, the traveling time, the train time may be faster than the tram time, but the total journey time, it may be worse. So I don't see opening the other part of the Island Line, extending to Kennedy Town, would make very much difference.
Talking about MTR, Mr. Ho holds a prudent view.
電車個客唔係地鐵嘅客。
Target passengers between tram and MTR are distinctively different. But the emergence would definitely affect tram's company's revenue, as it lessens the needs of transit. But we cannot conclude that there must be a huge impact on tram business, because tram is very, very cheap. From my point of view, tram is worth keeping because it leads to no pollution. In fact, it is the only kind of transport that does not lead to pollution.
That's all for today's podcast. I'm Paige Ng. Goodbye.